for him.
This morning, a friend of Nolan Wells, who was with the 18-year-old the day he was last seen alive, is sharing what he says happened during a July 4th boat trip to an isolated barrier island off the Mississippi Gulf Coast. Trayston Shepard declined to speak with us on camera because he says he and his friends are getting threats.
We did no wrong here, and we don't understand how we're getting so much hate behind it. We all cared and loved Nolan, and nobody wanted to see Nolan die. Nobody wanted to see his life be taken so short.
Shepard addressed this viral video that investigators have been studying. Wells's parents worried it showed their son involved in a confrontation, but Shepard said that's him, not Wells.
That's the video I'm referring to. That's me yelling.
Ben Jerby and Shamika Michelle. I don't know who they are. It says, my deepest condolences go out to the family of Nolan Xavier Wells. However, I will not be pulled into the racial psyop surrounding his demise. Ditto. Ditto. Let's hear what they say.
We're going to talk about Nolan Wells. What you got?
Who's that?
I know you didn't see this all over social media.
The black boy that went on vacation. Okay, so I'll tell you this. Stories like this, I tend to not pay attention to because I already see what it is. I see what the psyop is. I already see, them white boys, they the black boy, so don't like white people. When I see things like that in the shade room, whatever, I just like scroll. I'm very much, I give my energy to things I want to give energy to. I kind of saw the psyop of this. I look at the psyop before I even get into this. I see,
the picture alone.
Right. I see what you're supposed to, you're trying to make me feel a certain way. I'm not falling for this. Scroll on. Keep it scrolling. And that's kind of what happened with that. But from what I picked up, when I'm getting around the edges, basically this black boy went on vacation with these white boys in Mississippi. He ended up being dead somehow, and they're trying to make it and spin it on neighborhood talk and shade room. They're like, these white boys, you can't trust white people, or da. No thanks, didn't pay it no mind.
Right. Good.
Couldn't tell you.
Yeah, I'm. It's so funny to me because the first thing they went to was, these white boys him, knowing that there are a lot of black people who can't swim. Okay.
Search involving 8 law enforcement agencies ends in heartbreak. Investigators believe they found the body of 18-year-old Nolan Wells in the water after he went missing from his friends during a crowded 4th of July boat celebration at Horn Island on the Mississippi coast. The coroner said the remains matched the description of Nolan's appearance, and there were no immediate signs of physical injury.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm probably the only creator who will come on here and take accountability and say he was wrong. Yes, this picture was taken. Yes, this picture was Nolan. No, it is not confirmed that this shit was taken after the July 4th boating incident. And for those of y'all who said you're gonna be skeptical of this case because Ben Crump is on it, you're 100% correct. Because where the hell do you think we got this picture from, huh? Why the hell would the lawyer post this shit if the timeline is unclear? What are you doing, Benjamin? More importantly, this person who came out here and said that they were a witness to him being jumped is a fucking liar. Can you imagine being Nolan's parents and the first time you hear about this conspiracy theory was on the internet? The first time you hear about this stud broad saying that she's a close family friend, and as she talked to you and told you what happened was on the internet, and then you got to come on the internet during your time of grieving to say that this stud broad was fucking lying. Black lives matter to you people so much, but you're gonna purposefully speak on a dead black boy for clout.
Since I'm not a liar, I don't assume people are lying. When this person said they were a witness to the beating, I believed them.
Nolan's appearance, and there were no immediate signs of physical injury.
Nolan's appearance, and there were no immediate signs of physical injury.
Nolan's appearance, and there were no immediate signs of physical injury. Friends and
when I tell you so many creators, black and white, were reporting about the details of the autopsy that have not come out yet. None of the autopsy details have been made public, not from Mississippi and not for the independent autopsy. They had to fly the body to Washington, D.C. for an independent autopsy. None of these results have come out yet, y'all. Damn.
But Shepard says he took a boat back from Horn Island in the late afternoon, but Wells stayed behind with a girl he had met.
They met that day, and it was kind of one of those things. It did come off that day that he really did like her, but that was the only time they'd ever hung out, was at Horn Island on July 4th.
Investigators believe Wells drowned and say there were no immediate signs of foul play. But there is growing frustration in the community, and his parents are skeptical, telling GMA Wells left his phone behind and they tracked it to one of his friends.
It was showing everywhere the phone had been, I was like, well, it's showing that he's back on land.
The sheriff said the parents have not turned over the phone to investigators. Their lawyers said they will. While the investigation goes on, Trayston Shepard wants the focus on his friend.
I want everybody just to relax and let everybody mourn the loss of Nolan, and let us remember him as in the sweet guy. I think everybody needs to let the investigation continue and let the facts be shown.
Shepard told us he has spoken to the police, and the sheriff's department said both he and other friends of Wells have been cooperative.
Child, y'all want this to be some crazy racial white people did something to black people so damn bad. It's amazing that, again, YouTube and all these other social media platforms allow people to come out here and just say whatever the hell it is that they want to say, saying it with fervor that they know what happened when it hasn't even been long enough to get any pertinent information. Now, child, y'all believe what you want about Ben Crump. I heard somebody else say specifically that he doesn't win cases. What he does is gets a settlement, and the settlement, he gets 33% or 30% or something like that. And that's how he makes his money. Remember when they were here at Horn Island, there was an altercation, and that was Nolan. Then you had his friend on TMZ came out and said, no, that's not him, or he couldn't tell it was him. What he said was he couldn't tell that it was him. And then this guy now in this video, the friend, and he's not white. Maybe he's mixed, but he's not white. And he's saying that it was him that was actually in that altercation. Now they got this picture saying, Nolan was actually on land and he was at this pool party at 1 o'clock in the morning. Well, why the hell was they calling the police at midnight? Child, just people from TikTok and all other social media platforms just making shit up to fan the flames of racism. Many of people are falling for it. You got Jennifer Lewis looking like a fool. You got the rest of them celebrities looking like fools. And if that's what y'all want to do, then that's what y'all can do. There has been no pertinent information that has come out. Ben Crump is the perpetuator as well. He's the one that put that picture out while he was over here on all these TV programs talking about, well, why was there an altercation over there at Horn Island? There was an altercation over there at Horn Island. Child, sound like these people got altercations all over the place. Now, what altercation means to them and what an altercation actually is, sounds like it might be two different things. But child, we shall wait. That's what's going on as far as I can see, which is really a bunch of BS and made up crap. But y'all make sure you let me know what you think. Hit the like button, subscribe if you are new. Hype this daggone video. I see you all in the next one.